Can you believe the spectacular rally in Skechers? Up $11, nearly 15% in a single session to a brand new all-time high. As I said at the top of this special show, you know I've been a huge fan of the footwear company for ages. And even though its stock had nearly doubled over the past 12 months as of yesterday's close, it just keeps roaring because the company continues to post phenomenal results. When Skechers reported last night after the close, the company delivered a blow-away quarter, beating Wall Street's expectations on virtually every metric. 9-cent earnings beat off a $1.01 basis, substantially higher than expected revenues, up 40.5% year over year. Not to mention strong guidance, and management predicts more accelerated growth through the rest of 2015. Skechers is firing on all cylinders, so it's no surprise this stock, which is up a fabulous 31% since we last spoke to the company in February, remains on fire. Now let's take a closer look with David Weinberg. He's the Chief Operating Officer and Chief Financial Officer to find out more about this fantastic quarter and his company's terrific prospects. Mr. Weinberg, welcome back to Mad Money.
Always good to be here.
All right, David, I just said how great this quarter was. It included, I'm quoting from your release, significant headwinds, including strengthening U.S. dollar, unreasonably cold weather in many markets, slowdown in West Coast ports, a distribution center in Europe operating less efficiently. What kind of number could you have put up with those things?
Oh, you know, it could have been significantly higher just from the currency. And obviously, if the port had been more efficient for us, we could have had an extra turn. So it seems we're very strong going into this back half of this year, and things are still looking pretty good.
You have done a remarkable job innovating lifestyle, performance, and kids' footwear. How much of what happened this quarter is sheer innovation, even versus, say, the last time I saw you?
Oh, it's always some new innovations. It's some basic. We do a little bit of everything. But our new technologies and our new comfort footwear, our new kids is growing now. So it's like we said before, we're growing in a multitude of categories and a lot of geographies around the world.
Do you think that, I just wanted to talk about one of these because I thought it sounded exciting. Savvy kids like Game Kicks, a memory game built. I have not seen this shoe. Describe it to me.
Well, it's a shoe that little kids can wear that they can play a Simon Says game on. It keeps them busy. You can turn it off in school. And a lot of kids love it. You should see them play when they go out to breakfast. I watch them, and they just all the kids in the restaurant come and play with it.
Well, one of the things that you say in your conference call is these kinds of things play out all over the world. We might think this is U.S.-centric. It does well in China. Central Europe loves it. Africa loves it. I mean, there's a universality to what you're doing. How can it be explained?
Well, I think tastes are coming in common around the world. People look the same. They look more alike than they have in the past. I guess the internet is a great place for people to see what fashion and comfort and see what other people are doing. And we have some universal looks. There are some nuances around the world, but what we sell resonates well all around the world. Our top shoes are the top shoes in Europe, the top shoes in Southeast Asia, top shoes in the United States, so it does resonate everywhere. Remember, we have a big selection as well, so some sell better than others, but there's a big choice, and they all look well, they fit into their own comfort zone, and they're comfortable.
Well, David, I got to ask you about something. A lot of people mouth and they try to talk the talk of social media. 3.9 million views on YouTube of a Skechers TV campaign by Demi Lovato. That's got to be the most successful online campaign I've ever heard of.
Well, we don't compare them that much, but Demi obviously does that very, very well, and that's why we go out and get people like that can resonate with the brand all over. So we have some older people. Ringo, we expect will be big around the world, and Demi certainly fits right into the social media, and she's great at it, and people love her, and she loves the shoes, and it comes through.
Now, one of the things I talked about at the beginning was there were these problems that existed. You say in the conference call there were no cancellations, no move out. Everything is solid as can be. No one seemed to mind that they couldn't get the shoe they wanted if there was a port strike or distribution problem.
Well, I think we came through as well as anyone. We could have shipped some more. We shipped later in our delivery cycles than we would have had the port been efficient, and we might have lost a part of return. As we look backwards, we see it could have been even a more magnificent quarter. You know, the currency issues in Europe alone were probably 20 to 25 million in top line that could have been added had it been the same currencies as last year. So, and like we said, in Canada, we had decreasing volumes, although a 15% increase in pairs sold. So the shoes are resonating, and we will catch up with the margins, and we will get more efficient and leverage as we go throughout the year.
I don't want to overstate China because you told us not to overstate China in the conference call. But when you talk about this as a standalone business in Asia, $100 million alone in 2015, that's a trajectory that could make China be one of your biggest markets in a very short time.
Oh, yeah. be very surprised if it wasn't. If you just look how well the company's growing and how well the shoes are selling, and just look at the order of magnitude of the population there that could buy the product. So it's growing. I think actually as we get through this year, it may even start to accelerate because we will spread out with a much bigger franchise base.
And it looks like Europe. I mean, you call out Germany as strong. We think Europe is weak. It's not the case with Skechers.
No, it's not the case at all. And you could say that the potential of the brand is significantly larger because we're so underpenetrated that even in difficult times we have significant growth, which means we have a long ways to go as business gets better all around the world.
Well, I think that's the important point. I want to leave it at that, David Weinberg, because people felt that one day this story would run out. I think the story's accelerating. David Weinberg, COO and CFO of Skechers, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
This remains a very cheap stock. I know that's hard to believe after a run like this, but believe me, there are lots of people who didn't think this company could deliver this kind of number. I think that this number has been kept back by those 4 issues and will only get better as the year goes on. Skechers is good. Mad Money back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.